Good morning, children. Now, social stratification. I started actually, but once again, I'll start and then again continue with the next topic. Now, social stratification, it's in the society, it is a division based inequality is existing. What do you mean by stratification? Stratification is that one that divisions are existing, and because of lot of up and downs, like because of inequality. Okay, some are very rich, some are very poor, and you see income wise in many ways you are seeing education. I already explained you education wise, you are seeing income wise, you are seeing the living status wise and employment wise, all that we are seeing, we social stratification exist in education, in gender, then we are seeing caste system. And since ancient time, it's a natural division. It has come since our ancient time. This kind of human nature is that one that he had adopted since very ancient time. It has been adopted, so naturally it has come in his nature. Okay, so no one like directed or anything like that, but it has come naturally. Now we see education inequality. So we are seeing like a lot of children who are like majorly children and all. Many are being like they are not getting education, primary education, maybe the basic education. They were not getting it, but now the government has made, our Indian government, from since in our directive principles it is already there that education is, primary education is compulsory. But in our amendment after in 2019, what happened? Education in our constitution amendment was there. Few changes were there in by which 21A article, okay, it states that the children who are 6 to 14 years, their education is compulsory, and Supreme Court has also directed all the governments to it's the has stated that it has declared that it's the duty of the government to give free and compulsory education from Anganwadi to till their 14 years. That is from the age of 4 to 14 years, it is compulsory education must be given for all the children. Okay, till here I taught you in the previous class. Now we will go to gender inequality. So here we go for gender inequality. Gender inequality lies in many things, like you see girl and boy. There is a lot of difference between girl and boy. So always what no, it is like in Indian society especially, what is it has come from our ancestors that only girls have to cook at home and they have to take all the domestic work, and the boys have to go out for what you call earnings and all. And since that time, what has happened, it has become something like no freedom for women, females is not given to what and all the males are enjoying by themselves, like enjoying in the sense what facilities they are getting, like in the food consumption of food. If you take health wise and education wise, if you are taking, there is lot of difference. So in few village, of course, now it is not there. It is little by little it has been eradicated, right? So equality is being given after the implementation of so many laws in our constitution, isn't it? So, but what has happened since we are seeing only 50% is upgraded for equality between the girls and boys, but still we are seeing that there is unknown. facts are there. Unknowingly, what is happening, which is being seen, but it is not coming under any records like who is many sufferings are still existing. So for that, what happens? The equality to uplift this women and girls' education on maybe about their health care and all to raise this upliftment, many laws and programs are being initiated. So you are seeing inequality is in the food wise, health wise, and education wise. You see in few villages and all, after the girls, no, they are not being given still in our Indian, so especially in Bihar, Rajasthan, and Madhya Pradesh, and in Karnataka also few rural states which are where in rural villages, the rural side in you can see in any part West Bengal and other parts I don't want to name, but many states are there where in the rural especially, okay, they are being very orthodox and it is coming from their ancestors that girls should not be encouraged for more education and all they should be get they have to get married soon and all that. And you see in Rajasthan, girls are like they are not been given equal importance as they are giving for boys. They are like dominated in not only in Rajasthan, many parts of our country we are seeing in a remote places, in our villages side, very religious where they are, and these all rigidity is there. In though in such kind of families and communities, we are seeing that girls are not being encouraged. For example, you see, I saw so many government in the advertisements. They you might have seen, but now it is not coming since this 2019, where they have made for all girls and boys, all the children who are below 6 to between 14 years compulsory. And after this article is being implemented, amended and implemented strictly, now we are not seeing. But since many news are there where the girls been what you call they are being dominated, they are not only from till up to fourth standard they will send them, and they will make them to take care of the younger child at home and do all the household work. All that is being seen, it is there since, but many NGOs and social activists are catching hold of them and trying, and many awareness programs are also being initiated to overcome all these problems, to upgrade and to bring equality between boys and girls. So here, which are the what initiative the government has taken to bring equality in gender wise? So we see here, according to here national, I think this I have explained you. Okay, National Family Health Survey. Health Survey, that is 2016 and 15 and 16. What has happened? NFHS 4. Here, rural women of Karnataka. Rural women of Karnataka, there we are seeing body mass index. Body mass index is of 24.3, and we are seeing urban women 16.2. So here you can see anemic wise, if you are seeing rural women are 24.3 and urban women are 16.2. And next, if you are seeing among them, many are here 60.9%. Okay, 60%, 9 pregnant women are anemic. Are anemic. Anemic means what? They are very weak. Okay, and 45.2% are of, sorry, 60 point, it is, sorry children, 45.2% is of pregnant women and 60.9% is children between 56 months, that is nearly 4 years, 5 years to 5 years to, you are seeing 56 months to 6 to 56 months. 6 to 56 months, that is 6 months a baby, from that to up to 5 years, we are seeing for 60.9% they are anemic, and out of that 45% to 2% are pregnant women. So this is the condition of health. Okay, so these many are, so we are taking for them to give nutrition value foods. Okay, so next, and next we come for social stratification. So after this, now you understood, no, we studied about education inequality and gender inequality. So education wise, in the previous class I told you what are the measures and what are the rules are implemented in our constitution, that is 21A, 20, 21, Article 36 and all this, isn't it? So that I already told you, so you have to memorize that one. And we are seeing furthermore in the next unit, you will see what are the measures are taken to improve this what you call health wise for all the women and children. So next is, now we see here National Family Health Survey. So it is of 2015 and 16. We are seeing what the body mass index in Karnataka, one state they have taken. In rural side, it is 24.3 and in urban it is 16.2. And next we are seeing pregnant women who are anemic are 45% and 45.2% and 60.9%. Children that is 6 months to 56 months, that is up to 5 years, they are anemic. So it is a large number only we are seeing. So the government has taken many initiatives. Now you may see, you might have heard that in the government schools and all, in especially in village side and everywhere, they are giving to improve this nutrition level in children, Anganwadi, and in the school also, what is happening, and for pregnant women, before they are they deliver and after the post delivery also, they are giving them all kind of nutrition value food for everybody. And even in government also, you can see lunch and all is provided, ration is provided for their this one. In Tamil Nadu, you can see they are giving per child every day. Afternoon meals are given with eggs and lot of vegetables and all. And even in Karnataka also, from ISKCON to Bangalore rural, and here also in some government schools and all, they are giving meals, isn't it? Free meals they are giving them. So many like that, many programs are being initiated. And next we go to social stratification. So what is the characteristics features of social stratification? So social stratification, the first feature is social stratification is social in nature. Is social in nature. So what do you mean by it? Social stratification, social division is social in nature. So based on the height, their fairness, color, okay, based on their beauty, okay, beauty, color of the skin, height, weight, okay, height, weight, there is division. So what do you mean by social stratification in social in nature? That is social in nature. That means since our ancient time, we are saying since the human beings, the civilizations had come, naturally it has come in the human beings. This nature has come naturally. So we are seeing the division is lying between what you call social stratification, division exist, okay, that is based on their beauty, color, height, weight and other things, okay. Next is social stratification is ancient. So social stratification, I will write shortly, children. Social stratification is since ancient time it has come. So we don't know from where it has come. Since it is birth, since the birth of the human beings, this kind of nature has come. So since ancient times, social stratification is existing. So since ancient time, it is existing. Okay, next we go for the third one, that is social stratification. Social stratification exists in different ways. In different ways. We see in what you call in different ways social stratification is existing. We see in Rome, in Roman Rome country, there is a difference between patricians and plebeians. So these plebeians were ruling the patricians. And in our Varna system in India, this is in Rome. And okay, in India we are seeing caste system, Varna system, right? These are the ancient system, Varna system. What is Varna system? That is based on the casteism, yeah, based on this Hindu religion. It has divided, division is there now. Like since Vedic time, it has come that Varna system, isn't it? So, like we are seeing Brahmins, Kshatriyas, Vaishnavas, and Shudras. So, this has come since the ancient time. Next, we will go to the next feature of social stratification. Now, next is that it is social stratification. Now, next is Major forms of social stratification we will learn. So here we see different way in a, we are seeing since ancient time what are the levels one by one, what and all we are seeing the division in the human society since ancient time. We are seeing first one is primitive societies. Primitive is what? Premature. They are not matured only for food and how to grow, how to live. That's all for food and shelter. That's what they were living. Nothing else was there in their minds. And slowly, because something like settled life and all had started, and their division had occurred. And next, we are seeing slavery. Next, slavery, you all know slavery, right? Human beings only were made slaves for themselves. And next is we have estate system. Estate means what? Like in some of the foreign countries like France and all, no? That is owners. Owners were one class and the other who were workers, who were laborers were the other class, and these estate owners were dominating the lower class, what you call, who were very poor laborers. They were dominated by this upper class people. And next we are seeing here the caste system. Sorry, fourth one is Varna system, and next is caste system. Varna system and caste system, it's majorly existing in India. All this, okay, it has come. So primitive society, slavery, then we are having estate system, then Varna system and caste system. Now we will learn about untouchability as a social evil. So untouchability as a social evil. What do you mean by untouchability? So, untouchability means what? Like, since ancient, in our Vedic period, what had happened to, because of good administration, what they did, the whole society was divided into four groups. The whole society was divided into four groups. So, that was the first one was Brahmanas. Second one was Kshatriyas. Third one was Vaishyas. And fourth one was Shudras. So who were they? Our Varna system. In the Varna system, what happened? For smooth administration, a whole society was divided into four groups. Brahmanas were the teaching, for only the teaching and performing rituals in temples. Okay, for teaching, and they were made to do the rituals for gods in temples. And next, the Kshatriyas, they were supposed to guard the territory, guard the territories, okay, guard their boundaries or wherever they were living, no, to guard their territories. Vaishyas were the business people trading, okay, and Shudras were the laborers who were working, okay. And the fifth group, And the fifth group, which came for cleaning, for the cleanliness purpose, like cleaning, and they were considered as one of the profanes. Profanes means untouchables. They had to, like, they were meant only for cleaning the places. So these, like, it came for good administration. But what happened? Beginning it was working. Then later on, what happened? It became like what you call division. And in their sensibility, what happened? They started having what you call division, and started dominating this fifth class of the society, fifth division of the society, who were considered as untouchables. So the fifth group was known as untouchables. The fifth group were untouchables. And you see, according to one Smriti, we are having one this thing, our literatures, okay, our scripts, okay. According to each script, they have declared as per their thinking about untouchables. Declarations were given in these scripts. So here we see, yeah. And what happened in the society? This group, these untouchables, who were the fifth group of the society, they were not allowed to use the wells, or drink the water, or use the places, or go to temples. And they were what you call put away from the, they had to stay away from what you call villages and all. There they were given separate places to live in. They were not supposed to enter in the territories of this group, and they were not touched also. And if you, any one of the other classes, if they would touch them, they had to go for purification and all. So according to, and they were not used to what you call water of the well altogether. They were not. They had separate wells, and they were not made to enter into the temples, or and they were what you call, they were not educated as these other classes were given importance for education. These class were this untouchables caste was not allowed to go for education, or they were all barred from all this one, and not the very comforts and all were not given, like good shelters and all were not given to this. They were all neglected from the society. They thought they are not at all there. Only this section of people were had the right to live on the earth. But according to our Puranas, Vedas, and all, nowhere it is mentioned that the what you call this section of people must be ignored or neglected, and they are barred from the society. Nothing is there. But this has come from human being only had made this. They have only made this division. Okay, so it is not in any of our Bhagavad Gita or anything like that. This was made by the human beings only. So now what happened? We see these untouchables in Manusmriti. We see now we'll go for problems of untouchables. What are the problems of untouchables? Problems of untouchable. What are the problems of untouchable? That is, they were according to the lowest position in the society. They had lowest position in the society. That is, they were like according to Manusmriti. Who touches, according to Manusmriti, if a person of the upper caste touches any untouchable, has to go for purification. They have to go for purification, like taking bath and again doing some what you call going to temple and all, and like that they have to do the purification. And one more script, that is according to Vyagyaprada. Vyagyaprada, if a person comes in a distance of a tail of a cow, okay, then again he had to go for purification. Okay, so again, a distance of, if a person comes in a distance of a tail of cow, like if you see the cow tail, no, in that distance also, if an untouchable comes in their way, they have to go for purification. So these were made in that, the rules were made in our Indian society. So according to Manusmriti, if a person touches untouchable, they have to go for purification. And according to Vyagaprada, there also, if in a distance of a tail of a cow, if a person is there, so untouchable, and if they come in their way, even they have to go for purification. And next, we see in this way, so many divisions were there, and we also see that they were yeah, they were not allowed, as I told you, they were not allowed to use their wells, their like temples, wherever they were going, learning places, and all this. They were all barred from using all their whatever this section of people were using. They were all barred to, the untouchables were barred to use these facilities. I like wells and all, drinking water and all that. And next, we go for the second problem. The second problem is, yeah, now one more in this. Now we are seeing in Malabar also. Malabar also, this kind of what you call the incidents had taken place in Malabar. If you see in Malabar, the footwear which were manufactured, which were made by these untouchables, they themselves were bare to use the footwear. They should, like rule was made that they should not wear the slippers. They have to walk barefoot. The untouchables who made the shoe or slippers or whatever, who made the footwear, were barged to use the foot. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾರು ಚೊಪ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ, ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಚೊಪ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕೊಳ್ಳೋಕೆ ಬಿಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಅನ್ಟಚಬಲ್ಸ್ ಚೊಪ್ಲಿನೆಲ್ಲ ಹೊಲಿತಾ ಇದ್ರಂತೆ, ಅವ್ರಿಗೇನೆ ಚೊಪ್ಲಿನೇ ಹಾಕೋಬಾರ್ದು ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಇದಿತ್ತು ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಸೊ ದೇರ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ದೇ ವೇರ್ not allowed to use the footwear. The who were making the footwear only were not allowed to use the footwear. And next, Next is, and next we are seeing the other, and in and they were also made to do all the filthy jobs. Filthy jobs means they were made to what you call, take their the night soil on their heads and all, and clean up everything. They were only made to do it. Night soil means what? The excretion of animals or human beings and all. They were only made to clean it. So all that filthy jobs were made where these people only had to do it, and this is the lowest position. Now after this, now I'll give you a small one, what you call this one, the pattern of question paper for FA1. You just note it, children. So next class I'll be continuing this unit, children. So please note down the pattern question paper. So the pattern question paper is, the first main would be choose the correct answer for FA1, children. For all the FAs, the pattern will be same. So this is the first time, so I am giving you the pattern. So choose the correct answer. That will be half into 4, 2 marks. Then you will get second main, answer the following. Please note it, children. Answer the following in one sentence. One sentence will be 1 into 4, 4 marks. Okay. Next. Again same. Answer the following in 2 or 3 sentences. It will be 2 into 4, 8 marks. The next main is fourth one. Answer the following in briefly. That is 8 to 7 to 8 sentence. Seven to 8 sentence will be 3 marks. The next fifth main will be draw an outline map of India and mark the following. So the same pattern will be followed for all the FS. Okay. So this one will be like, you have to see all that political map, and here first unit is there, no? Location of India. That one you have to see. See, you have to know important latitude and longitude to mark of India. Then islands, then Andaman and Nicobar Island. Then we are having Lakshadweep Island. Then she is capital of India, capital city of India. capital of India. Then you should know the Indira Point, and Indira Call. Why I am giving you this map? Because the places and all directly like that, because I know that few of you don't have textbooks. So to help you out, I have given. Okay. So these many things you have to write, and it will be for 20 marks, children. Total 20 marks it will be. Okay. So the first one will be choose the correct answer. Options will be given. You have to write the complete answer with the alphabet, and then answer the following in 1 mark. Then answer the following in 2 or 3 sentences. That will be for 4 questions will be given for 2 marks, and 1 question briefly, that is lengthy answers, will be for 3 marks. And next, this also will be map will be for drawing, and everybody, it is compulsory to learn drawing. So this also will be 3 marks. Okay, 1 plus 2, half into 4. With this, I end up my class, children. Thank you. Stay home, stay safe.